Holy. So you're probably wondering why we destroyed our coop and burnt it. Chelsea's happy about it. And I was happy about it until about maybe like 30 minutes ago. Unfortunate thing just happened. Our coop got delivered, our new coop, and that's the reason why we did this. There's a fear to get rid of that coop, and then for some reason that the new coop didn't get delivered or something like that. That's not what happened, but the guy was afraid that his truck was gonna get stuck in our yard as he was gonna come and deliver it because it's so soggy and wet over where we kind of needed him to go around. He decided that he was not gonna be able to do it, or didn't want to. I don't know, one of the two. We are in this position of we don't have a coop for the chickens at this moment, where that's here in the backyard at least. So we have a few options, but right now we're trying to figure out how to get this coop into our backyard because we don't own any kind of trailer or anything to lug it. Our new coop, like I said, it did get delivered. Now we just don't know how to move it where we need to get to. So we have a neighbor with a good tractor and a four-wheeler that's gonna hopefully pull this and get it to where we need to get to. Our chickens are coopless. That's where the coop used to be. So they've had to try to improvise today, and one of our chickens has already been the improviser, finding new spots to lay eggs all the time here in the backyard. And I think she helped a few of them today now that we had to take that coop up. Oh, Sunny, sorry, you're still back here.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey.
Sunny,
Sonny, honey.
are you sitting on your eggs?
Sonny, need some eggs. Just need some. Oh, chickadee. When I tell you chickadee, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Sunny.
I'll just get those. Now you can go back to your laying business.
Definitely been our broody hen that we've been having. She's been wanting to find a different spot to lay eggs, and she's been sitting on them longer throughout the day. I usually do my head count. I only count 8 of my 9, and that's usually because she's missing. So she's usually been sitting on her eggs. We didn't know that at first, but we've been encouraging it for her because we'd like to in the future have a hen, hopefully that's hatching out themselves. And looks like she'll be one of our good ones. We usually have one other one that does pretty good, but she's definitely the best at it. Our chicken coop is placed where it needs to be. We did it. Couldn't have done it without our neighbor. We are very excited. We have it in place now. It's starting to rain and it is later now, so we won't be able to do much with it tonight. So we're gonna throw some straw down in the bottom of it, and we won't be able to fence in the run yet for them or anything, but they've been free ranging here in the backyard the past like 4 weeks anyways, so not really worried about that. I'm just excited that we have it, and it feels good and feels so nice to see it compared to the coop that we were using before. The guy did a very nice job on it. I'll kind of show you guys some of the things that he did on it. And there is some things that I'm gonna want to do to this to make it a little bit of our own touch, but here's our little door for him. He's got the nesting boxes, which he's using with a magnet. The magnet's a little strong, but not super strong. So I'm gonna find a way to kind of lock that down a little tighter. We got a window for the circulation, and then we have the door that we get to fit in through so that we can do any kind of the fixing. Let me take you guys inside. So you can see we got roosting bars there. There's the window, that's where they go for laying their eggs in the nesting boxes. We have a treated floor. I'm probably gonna put the nesting bars going all the way across here so that when we have all of our 14 chickens, they'll all have a spot to roost. I can't be mad though. The small roosting bars really aren't the end of the world. They'll find a spot tonight to make it work. We're gonna throw some straw on it right now though. I can't wait to put our own touches on it. I have a few things that I think you guys are really gonna like. And we gotta put straw down. Like I said, the rain's starting to fall down. I want them to have a spot for their shelter since we broke their coop down earlier. So they don't really have anything right now, so let's get that done. So unfortunately, even after trying to bribe the chickens into this coop, they have still not even stepped foot in there, except for one time Melina dropped one of the chickens in there and it sprinted across and ran out. So none of them have voluntarily, our dogs are barking like nutsos. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully they'll enjoy it, but it's getting to be nighttime. So what we're gonna do is start grabbing them and putting them in.
And I'm helping because I can grab my chickens and the road.
Our time to play chicken roundup. If you have to run, it's probably not working. Chelsea got the heart chicken. We have one more left, but this is probably the second hardest, so. I had her, and then she jumped back out at one point, so one more to go, and then we got them all home. Or at least what's gonna be their home, they just don't know it yet. You are in trouble. Last one. Hopefully none run out, or her, here on this last door opening.
Melina, was that fun?
Yeah.
You want it to be like that every night?
No.
All right, it's not worth the recording of it. I think you should just help with the door.
Oh, no, I think we should record it.
Go, go.
Good night, guys.
The chickens just spent their first night in the brand new coop. But before we go let them out, we're gonna let them get a little acquainted, enjoy themselves in there a little bit. Let's go see how the little chicks are doing in the hoop coop. So anyone wondering about getting a hoop coop, this past week of having one for these chickens, man, they're being a little louder than I'm used to. It's been great. So I would say that if this is something that you're thinking about ever, or you're worried about, or you don't know if it's good enough for them, they've been enjoying it. It works out really good. They're kind of filling this up with poop more than eating all the grass up is, and that's what I kind of expected, is the grass to start being a little more torn up. But with so much poop in here, we're probably gonna get ready to move it here in the next few days. I know, I thought they were gonna tear up the grass a little bit more than what they are. So I thought we were gonna have to move it because of that, but we're probably gonna have to move it just because they're pooping all over it. So we'll probably move this here in the next few days. All right, now it's time to see if they're excited to get out of this house and start free ranging our yard. Now time to let them out of their new coop for the first time. I think they're ready. I can hear them. They're making a lot of noise on the inside. Morning, everyone. All right, they spent their first night here inside this coop. I don't think they really use the roosting bars. That's something that's going to actually be that comfortable for them to roost on. So I have a different idea of how I want that to be done. Other than that, first night went pretty good. I didn't like playing chicken roundup. So today what we got to do is we got to fence in their run area so that if we have them free ranging like this through our backyard, at least that when the nighttime starts to come, we can put them into that run area. And then when it gets time for them to need to roost, they'll know that that's where they need to go. So today's project is probably fencing in the run for them.
Hit me like a ton of bricks. Doesn't matter, weak or strong.
Time to put a fencing up for the run so that we don't have to play chicken roundup tonight, because I do not like doing that.
Do is sing along. Yeah, I need you for brighter light and firmer ground. When you believe in me, love is gonna set me free.
So, although we want our chickens to free range and we would love for them to stay the full backyard in free range, we still want them to have a fenced in run area like this. We're gonna have our garden growing, so we don't want the chickens to go into the garden. And also, whenever we're gonna have parties back here or family, friends that may not want to spend it with chickens right at their feet, we want to be able to have a spot where they can kind of be locked in, but still have a big run so that they still have enough time to free range and everything like that. But we want to be able to make sure that we can kind of lock them up still at the same kind of time as that. So I feel like you need that kind of balance between the two things, but we're hopefully still going to let them free range in our backyard most of the time. All right, so we've been gone for a while. It is getting close to nighttime, but I did get the whole fence set up, which I'm excited about. Like I said, I kind of sad that they're not free ranging as much as what they just were, but I kind of want them to understand that right now they need to be in their run, especially a few of the ones that like to break out. So they have all this room, you can see here, all the way, and then it even goes behind their chicken coop. So they have more than enough room, so I'm not afraid of like that I feel bad that they don't have any room to forage or roam around, eat grass or anything like that. Now what we gotta hope though is that tonight they go into the chicken coop now. This is one of those things that you have to realize why your chickens are having certain behaviors. When we first had our chicken coop that we had before this one, started roosting on these bars that we had outside in the run instead of going in the coop at night. So we had to individually grab each one, put them in the coop, close the coop down, and that was like for 2 weeks. And we didn't know why that was happening, but that's because the highest roosting bars were actually outside in the run compared to being in the coop. So they were looking for that higher shelter, and that's what chickens like to do because it makes them feel safe the higher they are. And now what's happening is they were roosting up on our deck, which was not good. So then we played chicken roundup, as you guys saw. We don't want to do that again tonight. So we want to make sure that they're hopefully going to go into the coop, which they should. It's the only thing really shelter-wise in this whole run area. So I want them to get into that habit before we try to let them free range more before nighttime. So I'm hoping if we do, we're gonna lock them probably in this run area here for the next 3-4 days. Let them gain that habit that this is their shelter to go to at nighttime, and then we'll let them be able to free range a little more again after this.
Why are you flogging me? That's so weird. Hi guys!
All right, come on. Okay.
I got my shoes on.
I'm hoping these chickens start to go into the coop here at nighttime and we don't have to round them up tonight, because last night it wasn't that fun. I understand why they were confused and didn't know that this was their safe place and where they need to go at night. This time we're gonna let them be, and hopefully we don't have to do it. Chickens.